Hey everybody, Mike Naso here from IPR365.com with the latest on the tropics. We did have Tropical Storm Colin this morning, but that has since disintegrated into an open tropical wave, and you can see here it is entering the picture, and it is forecast to continue to be a remnant low and move in this direction. But by the time it gets, say, roughly in this area near the Bahamas and the western Atlantic off the southeast coast, it is forecast to regenerate into a depression again, and we could have to still deal with it down the road, but nothing as intense as some of the models and some people like myself may have thought it might have become a few days ago. It is August though, and we have to watch everything, including this tropical wave in here, which yesterday the GFS model was showing developing and then coming out of the Caribbean, taking a dead aim on the Gulf Coast as a powerful hurricane. We do have to watch that very carefully just in case that does occur. Right now it is looking a little bit interesting, but there is a low chance for development as of now. But as it continues to move towards favorable warm and low shear conditions, there's no reason why this might not develop. Also in the eastern Pacific, there is a low chance for development out there, and we do have another system here south of Mexico looking a bit more interesting, but again, that's all headed away from land, not likely to do much. So we go to Colin. What is the latest on Colin? Well, the final advisory has been written as of 5 p.m. It was at 15.8 north, 53.8 west. Winds were 40, gusting to 50, and it still probably will hold on to some of those winds and gusts even as a remnant system. It's moving west-northwest at 34. I can't I can't think of a system in the deep tropics like this moving quite as fast as that. I think Chantal in 2001 was moving pretty much that speed, and Chantal could never become a hurricane. In fact, Chantal ended up becoming an open wave as well, around 60 to 65 west. So they can't handle that type of speed. It's 1,006 millibars. You can see it's forecast to remain nothing but just an interesting wave or a remnant low until Sunday afternoon, when it's expected to become a tropical depression again. From there, whether or not it would head towards the Carolinas or turn out right now is unknown. Also, if it stays too weak, it might end up much further to the west in the Bahamas. We'd have to deal with it then, but right now, nothing to be too overly concerned about. Here's the latest IR on enhanced, and you can clearly see the spin that was Tropical Storm Colin in here disintegrating. It's getting sheared now. It's opening up, very elongated. Not a system we'd have to worry about. Note that wave on the left hand of your screen in the Caribbean that has moved up from South America. That is flaring up and moving over water. So again, keep an eye on that one. And of course a wave down here to the south and east of where we see what's left of Colin. Not doing much. Again, this system continuing in that general direction as of right now. Again, off Africa, you can see we do have that wave I mentioned, a few more moving off, some very heavy convection, and it is August, and all the way till the end of September. I know the last few years we've actually kind of shut things off. If we're not having any Cape Verde storms by September 15th, it's over. But you have to remember years like 1998, 1999, we had Cape Verde hurricanes as waves moving off, and it was already mid-September. So if we didn't see anything even a month from now, that doesn't mean we won't. And indications are the late part of this season could be very active, but I think we're going to see some stuff. I definitely do think we'll see some stuff. You can see a good wave, though, getting ready to move off, and we'll see if that does anything at all. Again, a quick roundup of what we were talking about. You can see what's left of Colin now moving on screen. Not doing a whole lot here. Expect to continue in this direction and quite possibly regenerate in the area of the western Atlantic. This wave here looking interesting. It's expected to continue to move in this direction. Might it do something in the western Caribbean? We'll wait and see. By the way, long-range GFS does show a Caribbean storm in about a week and a half coming out of this area, heading up towards Texas as a strong hurricane, as well as more Cape Verde activity. Long range, but still indicating things will be getting more and more active as time goes by. I'm Mike Naso from IPR. I'll see you next time.